Hello everybody. Welcome to fifth part of Introduction of Partnership. Again, in previous classes we discussed about the basic provisions. Thereafter we went through solving of small sums related to interest on capital, adjustment entries, share of profits and all. Now coming towards preparation of P&L appropriation and partners capital account at same point of time. These kind of questions form basis for next chapter. However, it becomes necessary from next chapter's point of view to understand the same. These kind of questions are not asked in examination from point of view of this chapter. Now we have already seen question number 3. They were small sums. Now coming towards question 4, 5 and 6. They are purely theoretical questions. We have already discussed about same, so students are required to try on their own from textbook. Now coming towards question number 7. Now question number 7, I'll go through the question first, thereafter we'll discuss about the solution part. X and Y are partners in a firm. They have not prepared partnership deed. Very important point, they have not made partnership agreement. There is difference in opinion among the partners. You are required to give a legal advice to the partners. Now few basic points to be kept in mind when there is no partnership deed. None of the partner is to be provided interest on capital. None of the partner will be charged interest on drawings. Interest on loan will be applied at the rate of 6% per annum. Furthermore, profit would be distributed equally and none of the partner will be provided any form of salary, remuneration or commission. Now in this case, X is demanding 6% interest on drawings. So it will not be accepted because of the provisions in absence of partnership deed. 6% would be the rate of interest on loan. Y is an active partner of the firm. He claims for remuneration and commission. Again, we cannot provide the same because as per provision in absence of partnership deed, we do not provide salary, remuneration, commission to any partner. X demands interest on capital of partners. So again, it won't be entitled. Y has lent a loan of 20,000 to the firm. He demands interest on loan. So this will be provided. But again, the rate of interest on loan would be only 6% per annum. Firm has lent loan of 25,000 to Y. X demands to charge interest on loan. Now if firm is providing loan to the partner Y, firm is again supposed to collect interest on loan from Y at the rate of 6% per annum. And finally, X demands to share profit among partners in proportion of capital. So again, it can't be accepted because profits in absence of partnership deed have to be distributed equally. Solution for same, just brief points to be mentioned in same. As per the provisions of in absence of partnership deed, according to first case, none of the partner will be charged interest on drawings. For second point, remuneration or commission will be not provided to any partner. Third case, no interest on capital will be provided to any partner. Fourth case, interest on loan provided by X would be at the rate of 6% per annum. Same way, interest on loan charged by the firm from partner Y for the loan given to him will be 6% per annum. And finally, profits have to be distributed equally. They cannot be distributed in proportion of capital. So this was all about question number 7. Continuing further. Now question number 8. Harpal and Chirag are partners in the firm. On 1st April 16, their capitals were 60,000 and 1 lakh. 1st April 16, that implies opening capital. During the year 1st April 16, Harpal has withdrawn 15,000 and Chirag has withdrawn 20,000 on 1st January 17. The date of withdrawal is provided, so accordingly interest on drawings has to be charged. Provisions of partnership deed are as follows. Provide 12% interest on capital. Charge 9% interest on drawings. Rupees 1,000 per month payable to Harpal for his active role in firm, while 5% commission of divisible profit is payable to Chirag. So divisible profit can be ascertained only after completing all the remaining entries. On 1st December 16, Harpal has given loan of rupees 30,000 to the firm. Partner has given loan to the firm, so accordingly interest has to be calculated. There is no provision for interest on loan in partnership deed. So if there is no provision in partnership deed about interest on loan, it will be provided at 6% per annum. However, he is claiming 11% interest on loan, which cannot be accepted. The profit of the firm on 31st March 17 was 79,400 before any of the above mentioned entries. Yeah, charging interest on loan. But after charging interest on loan, means interest on loan has already been provided, and profit this provided here is after interest on loan. From the above information, we are required to prepare P&L appropriation and partners capital account. So P&L appropriation is common account, but partners capital, it depends upon the type of method, whether we are dealing with fixed capital method or fluctuating capital method. If we are dealing with fixed capital method, we have to prepare fixed capital account and current account. But if we are dealing with fluctuating capital method, we have to prepare only partners capital account. In this case, there is no clarification about fixed capital or current account balances. So we have to assume that it is according to fluctuating capital method. Now while solving, there are few points which we need to keep in mind. One is the balances of their capitals. Second is their withdrawals, and specifically their date of withdrawal is given. First partner has withdrawn on 1st April, second partner has withdrawn on 1st January. So for first partner, interest will be charged for full year, but for second partner, interest will be charged only for 3 months. Rate of interest on capital and interest on drawings is given. 1000 per month salary is payable to partner Harpal for his active role, that is into 12 it will give 12,000, and 5% commission of divisible profit is to be provided to Chirag. So for that we need to ascertain divisible profit, which can be ascertained only after completing all the remaining entries. On 1st December 16, Harpal is given loan of 30,000. So 1st December to 31st March is 4 months. So accordingly 4 months interest has to be calculated on loan, and profit as on 31st March 17. This implies net profit, but after charging interest on loan is given. Now how to solve the same? Okay, now to proceed with, the very first step is preparation of appropriation and capital account. Appropriation is prepared from firm's point of view, whereas capital account is prepared from partner's point of view in books of firm only. Now first step, you are provided with value of net profit as per P&L account. So we need to note down the amount of net profit. However, the net profit provided in question was after interest on loan. Now interest on loan is not an appropriation, it is considered as a charge, and charges are never recorded in P&L appropriation. They are to be recorded in P&L account. However, we are not preparing P&L account, so what we can do is we can directly show it as a deduction as expense from profit. So the amount of profit given in question was not before interest on capital, it was after interest on capital. As the amount of profit is after interest on capital, I have directly noted it down in outer column, 79,400. Now calculate amount of interest. The amount of loan was given. Based on value of loan, amount of loan was 30,000. Rate of interest, he is claiming 11%, but we cannot provide it in absence of partnership deed, so it will be by default 6%. But this is for full year. He granted loan on 1st December, so accordingly interest will be calculated for 4 months. So on further simplification, it will give us 600. So if the amount of profit after interest on loan is 79,400, what should be profit before interest on loan? So accordingly we can calculate the amount of profit before interest on loan, which would be equal to 80,000. Then second step, providing interest on loan to partner. So it will be provided to loan holder, and loan is considered as our liability. So interest on loan also will not be recorded in capital account. Instead it will be separately recorded as our liability. Then coming towards providing interest on capital to partner. So based on their capitals, the capitals of partners, first partner's capital was 60,000, second partner's capital was 1 lakh. So based on 60,000 and 1 lakh, 12%, that will give 7,200 and 12,000, that is for full year. So total amount of interest comes to 19,200. Same way interest on drawings. Now for interest on drawings, we have to be very specific because date of withdrawal is given. For first partner, withdrawal was made on 1st April 16. So interest will be charged for full year. Amount of drawings were 15,000 at the rate of 9%, 1350 for full year. That will be equal to 1350 only. Whereas for second partner, total drawings were 20,000 at the rate of 9% will be 1800. But from 1st Jan to 31st March is only 3 months. So that will be proportionately 450. So the total amount of interest on drawings would be equal to 1800. Now posting of same in capital account. Interest on capital and interest on drawings are to be provided to partner. So interest on capital is expense for firm but income for partner. Whereas interest on drawing is income for firm whereas expense for partner. So recording of same. First step, note down the amount of capital as provided in question, 60,000 and 1 lakh. Note down the amount of drawings of partners, that is 15,000 and 20,000. Providing interest on capital. The interest on capital expense for firm but income for partner, so it will be credited to partner's capital. Same way, interest on drawing is income for firm but expense for partner, so it will be charged to partner's capital account. Then coming towards next step, that is providing salary to partner Harpal, providing salary to partner Harpal at the rate of 1000 per month. So accordingly it will be equal to 12,000. And again, second effect of same, expense from firm point of view but income from partner's point of view. So partner's account would be credited by 12,000. And finally coming towards commission, partner Chirag was to be provided commission at the rate of 5% on divisible profit, but here the profit was net profit, it was not net divisible profit. So for net divisible profit, how to ascertain? Total of credits minus total of debits will give us divisible profit. On that divisible profit we are required to provide commission. So for calculation of same, 79,400 plus 1,800, so total comes to 81,200. Out of 81,200, if we deduct 19,200 and 12,000, the resulting balance will be equal to 50,000. That's the balance of profit. On this profit, this is what we call divisible profit. On this profit, we will provide commission at 5%, so into 5 divided by 100. On simplification, resulting value of commission comes to 2,500. And finally, again, on balancing, total of credit minus total of debit, it will give 47,500. Or second way, we have already ascertained 50,000 of profit. Out of 50,000, if we deduct 2,500 commission, the resulting balance will be 47,500. And that value of divisible profit will be distributed among partners. So entry will be 2 partners capital and it will be distributed between partners in their profit sharing ratio. In this case, again, profit sharing ratio is not given. So again, we have to apply equal distribution. So 1:1. Accordingly, 47,500 divided by 2, 23,750 each. And providing the same to partners. So commission, expense from firm's point of view, but income from partner's point of view. So partner's account has to be credited. And finally, divisible profit received by partners to be credited to partner's capital account. So it will be again credited as 23,750. And finally, on balancing, as the total of credit exceeds total of debit, difference on debit side will be termed as closing balance of capital, which will be carried forward to next accounting year. So this was all about preparation of P&L appropriation and partners capital. Now to next class onwards, again we'll continue with preparation of same. Thank you. Have a good day.